Hi guys, today you're going to be learning how to draw any pose the right way. We're going to go through a step-by-step tutorial, a quick tip that might help you a lot, and a quick breakdown on how to draw any part using guidelines. Now I know all of you want to learn to draw poses like this, but you can only do so if you learn to draw them like this. In fact, the biggest mistakes that most beginner artists make is trying to draw their poses without any sort of guidelines whatsoever. This will result in something very disproportionate and looking absolutely horrible. The right way to draw poses is to break them down into simple shapes and build up on that. Let's begin our practice with this beautiful pose right here. As always, we'll start with the simple circle and the face. To learn to draw heads, make sure to check out my last video, because I don't have time to cover that today. Now for the neck, draw two simple lines coming down. You can now go ahead and draw a straight line for the top of your body. Okay, this is one of the most important parts, so pay attention. This line straight down the middle is our middle line. This will go where the center of the body is placed. It can either be drawn straight through the middle like shown here, or a little bit to the side, or completely to the side, depending on your reference and the direction it's facing. I'm pretty sure the most anatomically correct way to draw the body is to draw a little curve at the bottom. Then connect this curve to your top line with two other curves. You can then draw two little circles for each shoulder and a sort of curvy box for the belly. To make it the easiest way possible, for the arms, begin with a stick hand with a little circle at the elbow joint. Now, I'm not going to go over hands today, so I just drew two boxes. The next step is to connect your shoulder and elbow circles using cylinders, or technically rectangles that you can turn 3D like this. Turning them 3D can help a lot with perspective. Even though that's not what we're working on right now, it will help in the future. So it's a good habit to get into. Now for the hips, we'll draw a kind of underwear shape like this. And another thing that really helps is drawing two little circles right at the top of the hip on either side. Now the legs are going to be about 1.5 times longer than the body. So you can quickly use your hands to measure and figure out where to place the bottom of the legs. And right in the middle will be where you draw your knees. Like the arms, begin with a stick leg with a little circle at the knee part. Then connect the knees to the hip using this cylinder shape. Do the same for the knees to the foot. Now for the calves, they're pretty simple. Just draw a little triangle on either side. And again, for the feet, I'm not making a tutorial on that right now, so I just drew them in as a very rough shape. But yeah, if you followed along up to here, you should have a perfect outline of a simple pose. For this next pose, I'm going to tell you a quick little tip. So when you're drawing poses off of a reference, it will help you a lot if you draw a little mini version at the corner of the page. Since you're constantly going to have to be erasing little parts, having a little reference will be great because you can erase as much as you want and you won't have to worry about screwing up your whole entire thing. It'll also allow you to get a nice outline of how the guidelines will look. Now that you've done that, you can apply it to your actual drawing. Also, do notice that this one's on the side angle. So the center line, which is down the middle of the body, is right at the bottom, so you can't really see it in this reference. Congratulations, if you followed along to here, you've won yourself a little cheat sheet. Here's a rough breakdown of how guidelines will look with some different body parts. If you'd like, be sure to screenshot this so it can help you later. And if we reach 50 likes, then in the next video, I will post a full cheat sheet with tons of guidelines drawn in multiple different angles. That'll allow for you to practice perfectly using only one sheet, so be sure to hit that like button. Remember, when drawing arms, it's a stick figure, circle for the elbow, and cylinders to connect. It's that simple. And you can't forget about the shoulder. And of course, the hand. Don't worry though, because as hard as hands are to draw, I will make a full tutorial on that later on. Plus, I do have a few shorts on it right now that you can check out. Okay, we already went through how to draw the torso from the front. And remember, the bottom of that weird shape for the body is not the chest. The chest will go around right here. That's actually the bottom of the rib cage. Okay, here's a quick breakdown on how to draw it at a weird perspective. Sometimes it helps to draw a rectangle like this, so that you can understand the perspective of where you're drawing. This will allow for you to know where the front and sides are. Okay, so the hips. You can draw 3 little lines like this and connect them with curvy lines. For women, it'll be a little different. It'll look a little bit more like a triangle. And that is a quick breakdown on multiple parts. And again, 50 likes and you'll get a lot more of that. Just a quick few things to keep in mind. The skinnier and more feminine the character, the smaller the traps and the smaller the curve. And opposingly, the more muscular and bigger, the rounder and wider the traps. Also, skinnier character equals skinnier hips. Same goes for drawing women. And when drawing women, keep in mind that the legs will no longer be connected by cylinders, especially for the quad. They'll be a little bit more of an oval. Alright guys, thank you so much if you watched it here. And please get us to 50 likes if you want that cheat sheet. And don't forget to drop a follow for more content like this.